Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thanks for your interest in what we're doing.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's actually quite simple how I got started. Krista and I got started. We got together about 20 years ago. And we were like a lot of couples. We didn't have a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, and probably not much of a clue either on how to get out of that trap. But we found these wonderful products we'd like to tell you about, and tell you about also how this business worked out for us.
Yeah, so I'd been looking for a product for a long time that I could offer to my clients that would fill in all those gaps that were missing because of stress, because of toxicity, because of nutritionally deficient food, all of the things that we live with on a day-to-day basis that actually do not fulfill what we need and also destroy the little that we already have. And I looked for a lot of different things over a lot of time. And I tried a lot of different things that, you know, kind of looked good and then didn't really work for most people. And so I was very, very excited when I discovered this product, Body Balance, wherever it is, over there. And yeah, I was really excited because I could see the potential for what this could be for people, that this really was what I'd been looking for. And I spent 3 months researching the product, trying it with different people to see, is this really what I think it is? Does this really do what I think it's going to do? And because I know, you know, and those of us that are practitioners are very well aware that when you buy a supplement of any kind, what's written on the bottle is usually not what you end up with in your body. So for me, my question was, this looks wonderful on paper, but what happens when it goes into your body?
And I was one of those people. She tried it on. So one thing I was kind of feeling my age a little bit, feeling tired, feeling not depressed, but less curious than I was as a very young man. My memory was getting a little bit shorter. My recovery time was slowing down. My endurance was definitely flagging. But what I found is that when I started taking Body Balance, I noticed I had more energy. That was pretty quick. As a matter of fact, the next day.
It was really quick.
I noticed without stimulants, without coffee, I was able to go through the whole day without a slump. And I had more hours in the evening, so it's like I got a couple extra bonus hours every day. I thought that was pretty cool. I started sleeping better, which was a real gift. Waking better, which was even more of a gift. And I found that my mental acuity, in other words, my ability to focus and concentrate, improved dramatically. My memory came back, long-term, short-term. And I felt more optimistic, less stressed by life. How about that? I thought, wow, this is really good. This is very good. Actually, I hope it's not too good to be true. I hope it's not just a peak experience. Well, I got to say, 15 years later, I still feel that way.
Yeah. My
brain's sharp, my ability to focus and concentrate, my mood. I eat about 1/3 less food because Body Balance is a natural appetite suppressant. My immune system is operating at top efficiency. And even more importantly, I feel younger than I did last year every year. Pretty remarkable as I get older.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, my journey with Body Balance has been very similar to some of the things that Michael shared. I've also had my own issues, one of which was huge hormonal imbalances every month that made it not very nice for other people to be around. So that disappeared very quickly. Within about 4 or 5 months, that had completely disappeared out of my life and never came back. So that was huge for me. And there's been a lot of other things along the way that, like Michael said, you know, my level of health now is just so far beyond where it was when I started. And I couldn't really back then imagine feeling like I do now, 15 years later. So I'm absolutely an advocate of this should be in everybody's refrigerator. Yeah. It's what I put in my body every morning. I wouldn't be without it. It's what starts my day. It's my health insurance. It's my food base. It's like, you know, it's what feeds me. at a very, very deep level. But I'm also really excited by our new program. We have a new weight management program called Be New that is more than a weight management program, because what it does is that it goes right to the source of what's causing that imbalance in the first place. There are hundreds, thousands of weight loss programs out there, and most of them, pretty much all of the ones I've seen, deal with the symptom. Let's find a way to lose weight. But what it doesn't address is what's causing that. How can we get to that level and change the reason for the body being overweight in the first place? And so that's where this program is so different and so powerful. And we've seen phenomenal results with people on this program, because not only are they losing weight, they're feeling amazing. You know, people feel more alive, more joyful. People just completely change how they live their life through this program.
Yeah, and that's no small thing. I mean, we've had friends who've been on diet programs before and they feel grumpy. They feel deprived because they can't have their favorite foods, or same thing everybody else is eating. And they're also upset because they lose the weight, gain the weight, lose the weight, gain the weight. And it seems like an endless cycle of disappointment.
And it's hard work.
It's very hard work.
Yeah, and it takes real commitment. So this is a program that's very easy. It's centered around 3 products that people take every day. Very, very simple, very easy. And they're liquids that people drink, because we know that when we can get something in a liquid form, we get almost 100% bioavailability, which means that almost 100% of what's in there actually gets into your body.
And what's in there is important too. I mean, we're not talking about a bunch of chemicals you can't pronounce. What we're talking about is green coffee bean extract, green tea, African mango, white kidney bean, raspberry ketones, and fucoidan, which is a sea vegetable. These are foods. These are superfoods that help balance the hormonal system, the endocrine system, the enzyme system, the metabolism. They help you get back to a natural, balanced weight and stay there. And that's important.
Yeah, it is. And so for me, this is really, really exciting, because this opens up a whole spectrum of thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there who are looking for something that will work for them. Something that they can do that's easy. And we're kind of coming in the back door, because what we're doing is way more than just losing weight for people. We're really building an incredibly strong, sound foundation of health for them.
We're also helping with the whole person, the health, and in other areas too. And we're going to talk about those in a moment. And one of those, of course, is financial health. But before we go there, let's talk about the finances around this. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to have this product and try it at our risk? In other words, try it for 3 months with a full money-back guarantee. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? And even more exciting would be, what if you could get it for free? I mean, Krista and I, we do very, very well financially, but I love free. Free's good. So we can show you how to do this. We can show you how to get your products paid for, perhaps for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's great. It makes it available to everybody, which is awesome.
Absolutely. One of the things about health is it's not just physical health. It also includes, total health would include financial health, time health, relationship health, purpose. All these things go together to make a healthy person. I want to address another epidemic. You know, we talked about this obesity epidemic that's sweeping the world. But there's also an epidemic of time poverty and financial lack. You see, when we got together, we didn't have a lot of money, and our lives were largely determined by the lack of money. Lack of money determined where we could live, whether we had to work, what kind of jobs we could work, how we could eat, our health, health care, whether we could travel. All these things were determined by the lack of money. And that was pretty crushing, because we were not even getting by. We were actually getting behind. We had several jobs, and we couldn't make it. Also, this other thing called time poverty. And the time poverty was even worse because we were so busy running in circles trying to keep up that we had no time to live life. We were living to work. It was a trap. And I know a lot of people are in this trap today. So what's the answer? Big epidemic of time poverty, epidemic of financial lack, epidemic of obesity and other ill diseases. Well, this is a new world, it's a new economy, this is a new time. Look, the old models aren't working. The old models are breaking down. And one of those models I want to talk about is the financial model, because that's tied in with time and health. The financial model, the old way of creating a living, of working to live, is a job or owning your own business, being a sole proprietor, a practitioner, having a job. It's done a fairly good job for a couple hundred years. You know, jobs weren't always around. It's a relatively new thing. And jobs are actually disappearing now. And they're disappearing permanently. So if you're in a profession or in a career and you feel like you're at risk either of your job disappearing, but at risk of time poverty, then you'll want to listen very carefully. You see, I know people that make a lot of money, but they have no time. And how fair is that to trade time for money? See, just assuming that you have a certain amount of days on the planet, how many of those days do you want to trade just to get by? Mm-hmm. You know, for most people, if you think about it, the answer is none. I don't want to trade any of them. Every day is special. Every day is important. How can I have the rest of my life be about what I want it to be about? Not being a wage slave or stuck in a rut. Well, probably for you to have a change in your access to the rest of your life, you may have to change the way you create wealth. And that's why I'm so excited about network marketing. It's a new industry on the planet, and it's a very popular and growing industry. Over 100 million people worldwide involved in our industry. That's a lot of people. Over 100 countries. Over $150 billion a year moves through network marketing. And what it's given people is the ability to stay home with their family, perhaps to travel, to own their time to do their hobbies, work in their communities, take care of aging parents, or just to do nothing. See, that's the ultimate gift. That's the ultimate thing, is time freedom, and have the money to enjoy the time freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have so many people whose lives have totally changed just by doing this business. You know, people, it's just such a thrill for me to see people feel good about themselves again. You know, parents who can finally provide for their children what they really want, who can take their kids on holiday, you know, who are there when the children come home from school. I mean, it's such a difference. We are making such a difference. And one of the things for me that is so powerful about what we do is that we do it together. We do it together. It's a community business that we do together. We build teams, networks of people that work together. And that's the power of what we do. So each person owns their own business, but we work together because we all benefit from what everybody else does. It's this incredible cooperative business model. Very different to life out there that we're used to, where if you've got a certain business and someone else opens up down the road, you're in competition with each other, right? But this is complete 180 degree from that. This is a completely different model.
You know, we worked in that old paradigm, that old economy, the competitive model, and you know, I'd like to think we were pretty good at it. But the problem is we're competing with everybody else. Now we don't have to do that. Why would we want to compete against each other to make a living? Mm-hmm. Something fundamentally wrong with that picture. How about we cooperate and have abundance?
For everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have the time, and even more importantly, have the community of people that are like-minded, that are becoming increasingly abundant, people that can have fun together. And actually, how about this for a concept? Working with our very best friends. See, Krista and I have made an extraordinary amount of money through this. But the even more exciting is that a lot of our friends have become wealthy with us. So we get to party together, travel together, do things we would never been able to do.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Get to spend time with each other that we normally wouldn't get to do because we work together. Our relationships have just gotten more amazing and more amazing and more amazing. It's wonderful.
So we have an offer for you. Don't take my word or Krista's word, just our word on the products or on the business opportunity. Try it for yourself. You know, you can try the products risk-free for 90 days. Try it at our risk. Test drive the business. You know, if you were going to buy a car, you probably wouldn't go just buy it. You'd probably say, I'll take it for a test drive. And what that would mean is you get in the car and the leather smells good and you know, it feels good, take it out on the road, and if you get a green light, keep going. If you get a green light, keep going. If you get a yellow light, slow down. If you get a red light, stop. It's probably not your vehicle. And it's the same with this. Test drive the products, test drive the business, test drive the support in the community, and see if this is for you. After all, you know, if this is not for you, it's perfectly okay with us. Because we're interested in people who want to make a difference, who want to have an extraordinary life. People who want financial freedom and the time to enjoy it, and powerful mutually beneficial relationships. People that can have a good time and have a good time with their friends. So if it's for you, we'd love to help you. We're going to be around. Be happy to answer any questions. And you can also talk to the person who invited you to listen to this. So thank you.
Thank you.